Hello, my name is Ayana Tillman. I am a student at the Interdenominational Theological Center in Atlanta, Georgia. I greet you from the Sankofa Center, where Mama Dr. E.T. Hari Ture is the director. She is also the great sage with whom I am blessed and honored to walk in this divine work we call ritual. I am her apprentice, and gratefully so. I invite you into this space and this time of ritual. Before you, I have set a space, an altar, if you will, that honors and venerates the African deity, the Orisha we call Shango. For those of you who are familiar with the Orisha Shango, you will recall that Shango is known for the element of fire in the form of lightning and in the rumble of thunder. And so it is that we enter into this season of voting with holy rage and holy hope as the Samuel DeWitt Proctor Conference theme for this time in our world and in our country that requires our immediate attention, that requires us to speak with tongues of fire and to walk as thunderous warriors and soldiers. And I'd like to draw your attention to a few artifacts that are donned here on our table. The Akobin, the war swords, the war horns that you see. Let them remind you of who you are as a victor who has already won the battle, who has already claimed the war. I'd like to draw your attention also to the sword, to the machete that has been used throughout many seasons of our lives as African descended people. Let us be reminded of the path our ancestors traversed from the Middle Passage through the various seasons of captivity and enslavement of our minds and our bodies. But be ye reminded that our spirits are yet free. And it is through that freedom that we have the divine right to answer the call to justice and to liberation of our people. And so I draw your attention to the element of fire, to our red candles. Red, a color of passion, of fire. A color that cannot be ignored, but that requires and declares that you notice, that you see, that you pay attention to. And so, that is our work, our call, our right to stand in holy rage, holy hope, and righteous indignation. And so I celebrate with the Samuel DeWitt Proctor Conference the theme, holy rage and holy hope. And I am reminded of our great ancestor, the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King, who declared that we be drum majors for justice. And so the drums that you see before you, let them be reminders of the rumble of the thunder that calls us into action, that begins moments of battle and times of war. The drum that speaks to the souls of Black folk, the drum that calls us to reflect upon those who have gone before us. From the Middle Passage, our people had the wherewithal and the knowing to understand that they were headed into hot and critical spaces and places. But those ancestors had the righteous indignation to call upon the spirits, the energies of the Orisha, of God, of Olodumare, the supreme being. And so it is in the spirit of justice and liberation of our people that we claim our right and that we move forward to the polls with tongues of fire and the drum beat, the war horns, the machetes, the Jacobin. It is in that power, in that authority, that we enter into this season under the auspice of the Ashe, which serves as a declaration that tells us it is so. The declaration that reminds us that we have the power, the authority, and the divine right to make it so. And so, with this fire, and this element, and this time of ritual, I honor the 4 sacred directions of our great Mother Earth, of our universe, and of the powers that guide and lead us, of the ancestors who coexist within us. It is with the element of fire that I honor those 4 sacred directions that lead and guide each of us. Those 4 sacred directions of the earth on which we stand, the earth that holds us up. To the south, the spirit of open-mindedness. To the west, the spirit of inner sight. To the north, the spirit of Lady Wisdom. To the east, the spirit of divine enlightenment. And to the unseen, seen realms, our Earth Mother, our grandmothers, our big mamas, our big daddies, our grandfathers, our fathers, our children. It is those ancestors that we pay homage and honor and glory for paving the way for us. And the way that we honor them the most and the earth on which we stand is to speak with authority, to move forward with divine knowing and with insight beyond this realm, that we have the authority with holy rage, holy hope, and righteous indignation to make it so. to claim the spirit of justice, that it will prevail, that we shall stand in our divine right, fearless with tongues of fire, declaring and claiming the victory and the war that has already been won. And so with the spirit of the Ashe, the spirit of declaration, I honor each of you for your tireless work and efforts. I honor each of you and the ancestors who coexist within you. I honor each of you for your fearlessness to stand upon this earth that holds us up and to declare in this season our right, to declare in this season the right of our ancestors, and to declare in this season the right of those who are to come. And so it is. Ashe. To the Samuel DeWitt Proctor Conference, to your leadership team, I thank you for entrusting me to share this time of ritual with you. I thank you for entrusting me and my teachers and my leaders to guide, to call, and to stand with you, with us, in unity, with great valor and victory. And we declare it so. And so it is. Ashe, Selah, Namaste.